Unit Test 3. Listening. Listen to a conversation from a radio program about marine power. Choose the correct answer, A, B or C.
As part of our series about energy, I've asked scientist Wendy Keating into the studio to share some of her research about marine power and to tell us how we can generate electricity from the sea. Wendy, what can you tell us about marine power?
Well, there are basically two ways to generate electricity from the sea. One is to use waves. The other is to use the tide. In my research, I've been looking mainly at tidal power. The tides have one huge advantage over sources of energy such as solar and wind. They are predictable. The sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow. But every day there are 2 high tides and 2 low ones in every ocean around the world.
You obviously think that the priority is to focus on tidal power.
Yes, I do. I particularly like the idea of putting turbines under the sea to generate electricity. The turbines are like the propellers on aircraft or ships. Turbines can be turned to generate electricity, and the turbines can either be on land or underwater. Underwater turbines have 2 big advantages. One is that they don't make the landscape look ugly. Quite a few people complain that wind turbines destroy the beauty of the countryside. Another advantage is that the turbines in water don't have to be as big as those in the air to create the same amount of electricity. A turbine with a diameter of 15 meters underwater will create as much electricity as a turbine with a diameter of 60 meters on land.
But the idea of generating electricity from the waves is also an interesting one, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And it's something people have been interested in for a long time. It goes back over 200 years. However, the first working machines weren't made until 1910. In France. More important for us now, though, is the work of Yoshio Masuda in Japan, who was the first to do detailed scientific tests in the 1940s. And in Europe, one of the most prominent scientists is Professor Stephen Salter from Edinburgh University. He developed a very promising wave-powered machine. But it wasn't until 2008 that the first commercial wave farm opened. That was off the coast of Portugal. Unfortunately, there were technical problems, and after 2 months, it was shut down.
You make the sea sound like a great source of energy. Why aren't we doing more to make use of it?
One reason is the cost of the machinery. At sea, there are very powerful storms from time to time, and there is the damage that salt water can do to the metal. It's expensive to build and maintain machinery underwater. But the main reason is that up to now, it has been cheaper to carry on burning oil, coal, and gas, but that's changing.
So you think there is a future for marine power?
Yes, I do. It's just a question of time before oil becomes considerably more expensive, and we will have to rely more on alternative energy sources. And marine power is less dangerous than nuclear alternatives, for example.
Thank you very much, Wendy. Now, after the break, we'll be looking at how to...